I don't know how this could have happened, Karen said, looking between them all. But we need to figure it out. Emily took a deep breath, feigning concern. Mrs. Peterson, could I speak with you privately? Karen hesitated but nodded, leading Emily into the hallway. David stayed with the twins, trying to keep them calm. Mrs. Peterson, Emily began, her voice low and careful. I don't want to cause any trouble, but do you think it's possible that Jake might have taken the money? Karen's eyes widened. What? No. He wouldn't. Emily bit her lip, looking away as if reluctant to continue. It's just that, you know, he did take money from the safe once before. I thought maybe. I don't know. I just wanted to tell you. Karen felt a cold knot of dread form in her stomach. Jake had stolen money from the safe before, but that had been months ago. He'd promised never to do it again. Could he have broken that promise? I thank you for telling me, Emily, Karen said, her voice shaky. She returned to the living room, her mind in turmoil. David looked at her questioningly, and she quietly told him what Emily had said. He frowned, clearly troubled, but then he remembered something, a detail that turned his doubt into certainty. Karen, remember the cameras we installed in the office? Karen's eyes widened in realization. They had indeed installed a small hidden camera in the office after Jake's incident, just to be safe. Without a word, they both headed to David's laptop. The atmosphere in the living room was thick with tension as they pulled up the footage from the night in question. The twins were silent, sensing the seriousness of the situation. The video showed the office at night, the door slowly creaking open. Karen's heart skipped a beat as the figure entered the frame, but her shock quickly turned to horror when she realized who it was. It wasn't Jake. It was Emily. They watched as Emily opened the safe, took out the money, and left the room as if nothing had happened. Karen and David exchanged a look of disbelief, a mix of anger and betrayal washing over them. Emily, David called out, his voice firm. Could you come here, please? Emily returned to the living room, her expression still calm, but that quickly changed when she saw the laptop. The color drained from her face as she realized what they had found. Emily, Karen said, her voice cold. We saw the footage. We know it was you. Emily's eyes darted around, searching for an excuse, a way out, but there was none. She had been caught red-handed. She stammered. I can explain. But Karen cut her off. There's nothing to explain. You betrayed our trust. You stole from us, and you tried to frame our son for it. The twins were staring at Emily in shock, Ava's eyes welling with tears while Jake looked both hurt and angry. We're calling the police, David said, reaching for his phone. Pack your things. You're leaving tonight. Emily's shoulders slumped in defeat. There was no escaping the consequences of her actions. As she left the house in disgrace, the Petersons were left to pick up the pieces. Jake felt guilty, remembering how his past mistake had almost cost him everything. But his parents reassured him, reminding him that what happened wasn't his fault. It was Emily who had chosen to deceive them, and they had all learned a hard lesson about trust. As the days passed, the family slowly began to heal. They tightened their security, but more importantly, they drew closer to each other, realizing that the bonds of family were stronger than any betrayal.